Welcome to the Strategic Cybersecurity channel brought to you by NKFP. If you are new to this channel, thanks for turning in. We are happy to have you. We continue the series of, I like to label it like how to transition from a security engineers to a world-class CISO, some advice and tips. In the previous episode, we said that security engineers has to shift the mindset from a technical perspective to a business one. Why? Because they are not protecting the technology anymore. They are protecting the business value. And if they speak in business terms, they will get business result. In addition on top of that, they should let all the decision they are taking when they are laying out the cybersecurity of organization, they should be based on data, not on emotion. Today we are going to dive on another topic: how do they manage time? Most CISOs are firefighters, right? They are always responding to the latest crisis, latest data breaches. So we should think like chief executive officer. We should planning not just week, but years into the futures for the cybersecurity strategy of the organization. Let me be clear here. What is the main trap? The reactive CISO syndrome can be described as follows, right? They are constantly putting fires. There is no time for strategic thinking. They are always behind on emerging threats, and they are viewed as operational, not strategic leaders. So basically, this is like the first generation of CISO or the second generation, beginning of year 2000 up to year 2010. How can we envision a new strategic time architecture? There is this rule that we call the 17-20-10, where we are going to devote 70% of our time to current operation and immediate risk, 20% to next year's strategic initiative, and 10% to long-term future planning. Here I'm talking about the time management when you are laying out the cybersecurity strategy, because I want to redefine the term CISO is an executive that is responsible for the cybersecurity, to lay out the cybersecurity strategy of an organization. So he can divide, now that he applied this 70-20-10. So current operation will be 70% of the time. Current operation, immediate risk, 20% for next year's strategic initiative, 10% for the long-term future initiative. So during the week, on Monday morning, you can do, for example, strategy session, and Friday afternoon, you can go to future planning. And after that, you can lay out, for example, I used to lay out a 5-year security vision when I'm working for an organization. So on the first year, I'm going to address the foundation and the critical gaps. On the second year, I'm going to work on process optimization. The third one is going to be, I'm going to look on advanced capabilities. On the fourth years is going to be innovation integration. And on the fifth years, we're going to talk about transformation completion, right? But we have to assess it all the time. So first quarter, you can assess and adjust the strategy that was laid out previously. On the second quarter, you can implement priority initiative, you can evaluate process and pivots and plan for the following years, every quarter. So, and this is for the annual objective. So now you go monthly. Monthly, you are going to check the progress on each annual objective. You are going to also have a view on the emergency threat landscape, because it's going to be more complex and it's very diverse and complex. You are going to have the technology evolution impact. Now we have AI, machine learning. So what will be the impact? Resource allocation adjustment. So now you see the assessment now go from, you have a yearly objective. So you have the 5-year horizon. From the 5-year horizon, I have quarter assessment. Now I get to monthly assessment, and I will go deeper. I will go now into weekly assessment, where I can divide the week in three parts. On the one part of the week, I will review the strategic priorities. On the second part, we're going to review to see how the stakeholder alignment is met. And on the third part of the week, I'm going to do future threat research. So this is a different approach. Some others may come out on the table with different variation, but this is to say that time management is so critical for CISO. Strategic CISOs, they're going to shape the future. Reactive CISOs, they are going just to respond to it. And if you want to be the CISO of the next 5 to 10 years, you must be a strategic CISO. You should shape the future. So, understanding the business, protecting the business value, not longer the technology. Let data drive the decision, not emotions. And use effective time management to shape the future. Thank you for listening.